I have been asked to introduce to you the story of Papworth. And because I have been there and seen for myself the wonderful work that is being done, I am more than happy that this task should have fallen on me. The fact that there are very many people who have never even heard of Papworth has inspired us, its friends, to make a film which we hope will not only entertain you, but will show you the work that is being done here to fight a very terrible disease. I'm not going to tell you how it accomplishes this, but I'm going to let our little story speak for itself.
I'm terribly sorry, my boy, but my examination confirms this report from the hospital.
Then I am a consumptive, Doctor? Is that what you mean?
You've got tuberculosis, old chap. It's not bad yet, but you'll have to be very, very careful.
Let's have the strength of it. What's to happen?
Something pretty drastic, I'm afraid.
I'm ready. Go on.
You'll have to check up your job right away.
Oh, but why? I must work. Or starve. In any case, I don't feel ill.
Maybe not. But if you go on, you'll have the worst sort of breakdown.
I have to take a chance. I must work. You see, I'm married.
Yes, so are the other fellows at the office, I expect. And TB carries grave risk of infection.
They'll have to take a chance.
You don't really mean that, Tom. What would you say if one of the other fellows subjected you to the same risk?
Oh, all right. What happens after my job's gone?
You'll have to go into a sanatorium for treatment. I'll arrange that. When you come out, you must find some light, open-air work. I'm afraid I can't help you there. You must have a special diet and constant medical attention if you are to have a chance.
If I'm to have a chance, that's what he said. And then took away the chance at the same time, damn him.
Hush, dear. It isn't the doctor's fault, you know.
Oh, I know. But it's not for myself I'm so worried, it's for you.
Oh, I'll be all right.
Yeah, that's what you say, and it's sweet of you. But do you realize what it means to give up my job? We'll have to let the home go, and after we've struggled all this time to get it together.
Oh, but we're young, dear. We can start again.
That's just it, we can't. Once I'm known as a consumptive, what chance have I got of work? Where am I going to get this open-air job he spoke about? And how will we get enough money to pay for the special diet and the doctor's bills? Darling, I tell you, it's absolutely hopeless. I'm sorry I married you.
Oh, you mustn't say things like that. I'm not sorry I married you. Let's try and see a bright side.
There isn't one.
Come in.
I hope I'm not butting in. The door was on the latch. Nobody answered the bell.
The bell's broken. I'm afraid we weren't expecting anyone.
Which means that I'm not very welcome. Well, ordinarily, I'd take the hint. I'd just seen Dr. Smith, and he told me...
I hope you haven't come here to condole, Vicar. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, but we're all upset.
I'm not the condoling sort, Tom. You ought to know that. I came here to suggest a way out, you bird.
A way out? You mean...
Has either of you young people ever heard of the Papworth Village Settlement?
Hello! Oh, it's good to see you again, darling.
It's grand to see you, and out of hospital.
Don't be too sympathetic, Betty. I remember we saw some very pretty nurses when we came down to see him in hospital.
All the more reason for me to be glad he's out. Were they very pretty, Tom?
Mm-hmm. Everything at Papworth's pretty. The buildings, and the lawns, and the trees, and...
Well, I must leave you to your enthusiasms. I've got to see someone who's not so lucky as you, Tom.
Yes, I know. In the wards. See you later, Vicar.
What are you doing with yourself now?
Oh, now I'm in the sanatorium section. I'm learning a job.
Learning a job? What do you mean?
I can't go back to the old one, so I'm learning a new one here. Later on, I hope to settle here for good as a Papworth worker.
You hope to settle here?
Yes.
But Tom, what's to become of me? Do you mean that we're always going to have to live apart?
So you are still a little bit fond of me, huh?
Oh, don't be silly, but what does it mean?
Well, it means that I'll have to live here alone until Papworth can find us a cottage. And that means until someone is generous enough to give £500 for the building of a cottage. Well, you come along with me and I'll show you something. There's the Bernard Barron Hospital for men. I hope I shan't go back there. No, I was happy enough.
That's the hospital for women patients, isn't it?
Yes, the Princess Hospital. Now, here is one of the hostels for single people. It's in one of those that I shall have to live at first. Would you like to see into some of the workshops?
Of course I would.
This is where we make leather and travel goods of every description.
Are they good?
Everything Papworth makes is first class. Now, this is the cabinet shop. We turn out tip-top furniture there. See this latest in incubators? Here's where the carpenters work at making poultry houses, shelters, and so on. This is the printing shop. I think this is where I shall be working myself as a clerk. That's the village hall. We have a cinema there and all sorts of entertainment. And talking about entertainment, old lady, what about some tea?
That's a very good idea.
Did you get my wire?
That's why I'm phoning. Oh, Tom, what is the great news you've had? Is it a cottage for us both?
Don't you be inquisitive. You just catch the next train down here and pack all your bags.
Then it is a cottage.
Do as you're told, as quickly as you can.
Oh, Tom, what a heavenly surprise. And what a darling cottage. When did you know?
10 minutes before I sent you the wire. Matron sent for me and told me that old Murgatroyd had given the cottage, especially for me.
That's the firm you used to work for, isn't it?
That's right. He wrote and said that as I developed TB whilst I was working for him, he thought it right to make it easy for Papworth to enjoy my valuable services.
The old darling. Oh, Tom, to think after all this misery and worry, you've got a job again.
A job for life. And a home, too. Don't forget that. And new happiness and new hope. And I feel quite lyrical.
All I can say is thank God for Papworth.